right, here we go.
Final round. Get ready. Fight SPT. Wait. That's right.
Coming at ya.
Round one. Get ready. Fight SPT. Wait. Round two. Get ready. Fight SPT. Wait. Yeah.
This is it.
Final round. Get ready. Fight SPT. Wait. That's right.
All right, good to go?
Round one. Get ready. Fight SPT. Wait. Round two. Get ready. Fight SPT. Wait. Yes.
Coming at ya.
Round one. Get ready. Fight SPT. Perfect game. Wins. Round two. Get ready. Fight SPT. Sure you can. Keep it up. Wins. Round three. Get ready. Fight SPT. Sure you can. Perfect save. Wins. Yeah.
All right, Good to go?
Final round. Get ready. Fight SPT. Win. That's right.
This is it.
Round one. Get ready. Fight SPT. Shoryuken. Shoryuken. Perfect save. Champ wins. Round two. Get ready. Fight SPT. Wins. Round three. Get ready. Fight SPT. Wins. That's right.
Hey, Tengu 4893. Thanks. I'm doing great. What about you? What have you been doing? Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe.
All right. Good to go?
Round one. Get ready. Fight SPT.
Yeah,
Round
that's
two.
that's
Get
what's
ready.
cool.
Fight SPT. Yeah.
Glad that you're doing well. Are you excited that Geese is in this game? Right now I'm just warming up with Ked Masters.
This is it.
Final round. Get ready. Fight SPT. Gotcha! Final round. Get ready. Fight SPT. Hadouken! You face!
Oh. That's
Keep coming! Hadouken! Hadouken!
okay. Tell me anything. What do you think about Geese Howard in this game?
That's right.
Well done, Ken. Yeah, he's a pretty good villain, too. He's like the KOF's Heihachi Mishima. Geese Howard was in Tekken 7. Yep.
Come on, you old dummy.
So what have you been doing today? It all happened in an instant. The man before him punched the ground and unleashed a traveling mass of energy, the triple geyser. The entire vicinity trembled from the force of his mighty punch. Fell on the receiving end, he smiled at the sight. His smile wasn't one of the mockery or arrogance. It was simply the quiet, determined smile of a man bearing the weight of his past. The man instinctively moved to counterattack with Raging Storm. However, the moment he raised his arms, an immense pain radiated in his chest. Was it just one of his many old injuries, or perhaps a certain wound once given to him by his mortal enemy? Of course, this dang wound comes back and to haunt me now. There's no escaping fate. He lowered his arms and instead pressed a hand against his chest, where the pain continued to pulse piercing, threatening to restrict his movements. That's cool. What are you liking it so far? Both past and present intertwined under his pressing hand. Then a blinding light spread before him, a mass of energy. That unrelenting energy rushed straight at him. As if his vision was burnt out like a bulb, Geese Howard fell into darkness. The next thing he knew, there was a blood pain in his back. Geese Tower's railing had broken, and his body was falling through the air, gravity beckoning him to the depths below. Time had stopped. It felt as if he was floating, so weightless that neither gravity nor time could hold him down in this moment. He understood. This is where my life ends. In that moment, his heart reflected neither past nor the future, but the simple acceptance of burning out his life's candle here in this moment. He allowed a strange, weightless feeling to envelop his body and slightly closed his eyes, accepting his fate without resistance. Just then. Ooh, that's cool. What do you like about it so far? Something warmed around his hand, but it wasn't fate, death, or any sort of historic human concept. It was Terry Bogue. Terry had desperately flung his arm out into the abyss to snag Geese's hand, unconcerned of his own safety. Terry did not wear the expression of a man who had been fighting his sworn enemy only a moment before. Instead, his brows were knit tightly and his face darkened with distress as if he had been caught unaware by the sudden foreboding toll of Destiny's bell. At the same time, his eyes glowed with a bright light, his instinct to save Geese at the risk of his own life. You will have your revenge. Why not take it? The whistling wind-swallowed Geese subconsciously uttered words. The moment passed. Geese's mouth quirked, and he laughed fearlessly, defiantly even. Geese, don't. Geese heard his protest. Still, he pulled free of Terry's hand. The air embraced him once more. His body eased back into weightlessness, gravity now a forgotten remnant of the living world. His eyes were filled with the glorious sight of Geese Tower, piercing the heavens, the very symbol of his strength. That and the painted expression on Terry's face as he called out his name, eyes locked on the rapid descent of the man who had murdered his adopted father. These were his final moments of Geese power. The past. It happened unexpectedly. The word of Geese Howard, Southtown's charismatic evil, had arrived. Word of his death. Those who had been oppressed under the reign and had long awaited their freedom, the news brought them tears of joy. And to those whose heart fostered envy, it brought a wry smile. Present day. A shadow lurks the streets of Southtown. Though it drifts aimlessly, it somehow seems to be looking for something. This shadow strangely resembles Geese Howard, the man once known and feared throughout Southtown as the charismatic evil. But this shadow is no human. It flickers in and out of the edge of reality. People walk down the streets as usual, blissfully unaware of this presence. Even the overzealous vendors and street hawkers fail to call out to it. The being clearly isn't of this world, and yet it still exists. Wordless and unhindered, it simply wanders the streets of Southtown. It is a spirit from beyond the grave, or is it an omen of tragedy yet to come? Only the future will tell. Alright. How are you enjoying the game so far?
Defeat is inevitable for you.
Final round. Get ready. Fight.
Difficult.
I will never rest. Got it? I'll be sure to end this before the fear takes you.
Final round. Get ready. Fight. Perfect save. Win.
This audience reaches.
In a certain section of the city, its aimless and wandering comes to a sudden stop. Stationary, it scans its surroundings, almost as if it's wanting for something. A fragment of memory springs forth. Geese rarely walk the streets of Southtown in his lifetime. As a big fish, he instead was driven by his loyal men, Billy, Ripper, and Hopper. In Geese's mind, Southtown was a place to dominate. It wasn't worthy of being trod upon him. Billy often made the same comment, words that stuck with Geese. We won't let any dumb idiot try to target the Emperor of Southtown. We'll protect you with our lives, Master Geese. Geese would always respond with, wound up tight, aren't you? And laugh. Despite laughing off Billy's declarations, Geese was always deeply impressed by his loyalty. Fragment fades into the present like fog. The being stands in place without words or emotions. Distant voices begin to draw near, becoming clearer as they approach. There, in a story beyond Geese's own. I can't even imagine the look on his face if he could see us right now. Two bros strolling through Southtown together. I don't want to hear a single off-handed mention of Master Geese from your mouth ever again. The voices belong to Terry, the legendary hungry wolf, and Billy Geese's right-hand man. Terry and Billy walked alongside one another, and their mood strange, not hostile, but not exactly warm either. The sight elicits a slight reaction from the being. Could it be that Terry's offhanded remark was not too far off? Whether it was a reaction of surprise or not is unclear. The being continues to wander the streets of Southtown. It turns a corner and quickly comes to a stop in front of an older building. The sign above entrance reads, Max Bar. Had any been able to see the being, they might have thought it had been sucked into the sign, its phantom from disappearing inside the building. It smoothly moves through the entrance and further inside the bar. At this early hour, the place is dramatically more quiet than it is at night, with only one man sitting at that corner. The man simply orders the usual, evidently familiar to the bartender, who wordlessly gives him a coffee. The pleasing aroma of the freshly brewed coffee fills the air. Along with his rising steam, a gentle voice too rises. Doesn't it smell delicious? They say that a scent of freshly brewed coffee boosts concentration, plus it's relaxing. A fragment of memory comes forth. He sat at his usual corner of the coffee shop, his hand reaching out to take a sip from his cup. You really love coffee, don't you? A light voice entered his ears, belonging to the softly smiling woman standing before him. Keith's bodyguards waited at a distance, but their profession was obvious to everyone in the car. Still, the woman didn't shy away. She spoke to him as he were an ordinary man. He's had plenty of experience with women flirting themselves at him, drawn to his wealth and power. He had thought she was just another one of them. But she wasn't. She happily talked to him like he was just another customer. With her carefree smile and candid words, her refreshing manner was as natural as the air itself. Geese had scoffed derisively at their in the beginning, thinking it was all just an act. But each time they met, she spoke naturally and openly. Soon he found himself speaking openly to her as well. Never before he had met a woman with such strength, gentleness, and an unwavering gaze. The fragment fades into the present like fog.
Are you ready to pay for your life?
Final round. Get ready. Fight.
Too easy.
Wait.
I'll be sure to end this before the fear takes you.
Final round. Get ready. Fight.
Too easy. I never rest.
At Kane's estate, two men are seated in a lush spacious garden, deeply embroiled in a serious conversation. Kane, you gotta believe me. I really saw it. I never said I didn't believe you, Vox. I simply have reservations as to the identified of this person. Ouch, come on. You know I'm a straight shooter. You're always too cautious. Kane? What Vox had seen would raise anyone's eyebrows in suspicion. He's howled out wandering the streets. Try as he might not to dismiss Vox, Kane frowns in contemplation, looking down as he tries to gather his thoughts. Logically, there was no way Geese could be alive. If it's true, since learning of the existence of the sacred scrolls, Cain has been collecting and deciphering large amounts of related texts and ancient records. To this, research has begun to convince him out of the existence of spiritual power that in this world exists inexplicable phenomena beyond understanding. For him, he could no longer simply laugh off the possibility of the illogical. Could his soul have come back to haunt this city? Interesting. So what's the plan? We going ghost busting? Yes, let's hunt down the truth, Fox. I have a bad feeling about this. Sounds good, boss. Fox nods and heads to the garage to bring the car out. If the souls of the dead can cling to this world, then maybe a dear friend flashes through his mind. Even if he can't see his face or hear his voice, just meeting his soul would be more than enough. Though only slight, a shade of grief darkens Cain's face. It's an expression he's only ever revealed to one person. The being lingers in Mac's bar for a bit longer before leaving and reappearing in a back alley. In that alley, a group of men are arguing. It drags on, the situation escalating. The moment the first fist flies, all talk is off the table and a chaotic brawl breaks out. A fragment of memory springs forth. He silently turned to face Billy, then delivered pointed words. How many times have I told you, Billy? Only a fool involves himself in a pointless fights. What do you hope to gain by revealing your lack of composure? You're just proclaiming that you are in fact a small man. Fighting without reason. That's the hallmark of the weak. Billy listened to Geese closely. After several moments of thought, he settled on his response. With all due respect, Master Geese, when it comes to protecting you from even the threat of harm, our fights aren't pointless. Quietly, but his gaze was firm. Geese could no longer see the young boy he once knew. Geese's eyes narrowed for a moment. Then he unexpectedly smirked. Look at you. Thought he didn't say it outright. He smirked. His smirk and his reply were indications of trust in Billy. Even a little bit of pride. The fragment fades into the present like a fog. Meanwhile, Cain and Fox drive along silent except for the purr of the car's engine and infrequent tapping of Fox's finger against the window. Cain breaks the silence. Fox, have you received any intel on the brawl in Central City? Nope, nothing of note yet. I see. Stop the car here, Fox. Let's split up and search. Okay, not that you can handle yourself, but you'll be okay? Don't worry. Contact me if you discover anything. And you know what happens if you fail to do so. Kane gets out of the car and closes the door with slightly more force than necessary. His white coat whips through the air as he leaves. Yeah. Patience is a virtue, boss man. In the back alley, the pointless conflicted continues to burn out of control. Shouts and grunts and kicks up dust chokes the air. The being which had seemingly been observed the chaos moves soundlessly into the epicenter of this conflict. Then, without any sort of warning or declaration, it clenches its right fist and slugs one of the brawling men. The man never saw it coming, and is sent flying from the sheer force of it. He crashes to the ground. Ouch. What? Who the heck just sucker punched? The struck man is still slightly disoriented, and pain radiates throughout his body as he furiously looks around for the culprit. And then he sees Geese, the infamous Emperor of Southtown, stands imposingly before him, staring him directly in his eyes. The man freezes up in sheer terror before Geese's name can even escape his... What the heck? There's no way. Panicking, the man scrambles across the ground in an effort to get away. Evidently, being touched by Geese has enabled him to see the haunting figure. The other brawling men take notice of his bizarre behavior and freezes. They begin to look around, searching for the cause of such a reaction. Then another one of the men takes an invisible punch. Just like the fist, he taken entirely off guard and sails through the air, landing in a heap on the ground, soon followed by many. This continues until every man still conscious can see Geese's figure. Overcome with terror from the sight, they shout and blindly charge at him. Dang it! Get him! Just get him! Yeah, you think you can play games with us?
Defeat is inevitable for you.
Round one. Get ready. Fight.
I will. No, I need to level up a little more.
Are you ready to beg for your life?
Round one. Get ready. Fight. What the fuck, smokes? ready. Fight!
I'll be sure to end this before the fear takes you.
Final round. Get ready. Fight!
Predictable. Too easy. Defeat is inevitable for you.
Final round. Get ready. Fight!
Too easy.
my opinion, it'd probably be best to level up before I take on that match.
Are you ready to beg for your life?
Round one. Get ready. Fight. Wait. Round two. Get ready. Fight.
I will never rest. Defeat is inevitable for you.
Round one. Get ready. Fight. Round two. Get ready. Wait. Round three. Get ready. Fight.
This is the sure to end this before the fear takes you.
Final round. Get ready. Fight.
Awesome move.
Don't waste my time. This is the beauty of martial arts. Defeat is inevitable for you.
Round one. Get ready. Fight. SPG. Round two. Get ready. Fight. SPG. Round three. Get ready. Fight.
Rest.
The men all attacked him at once, but they never stood a chance against the man once feared as the undisputed ruler of Southtown. One by one, they all fall unconscious. The ghostly figure is the only one standing. The figure feels neither wrath or hatred, though instinction drives it to fight. It simply retraces the habits and memories of a past life. Silent as ever, the figure returns to wondering. Several minutes later, Fox arrives in the alley. He takes one look at the violent aftermath before him and sighs. The Allies' ground is littered with the bodies of unconscious men. Their wounds are definitely physical. Yeesh! What a mess. So it's not just the soil drifting around, but a physical body. Weird. But I guess that's just how it is. Fox grabs his phone from his jacket's inner pocket and swiftly hits the speed dial. Kane, I'm on the scene. They have all got bruises. Real bruises. We're dealing with something corporal here. I see. A ghost of the past haunts with the physical body. I leave the search to you, Fox. I'm on it. Doesn't matter if it's Keith Howard or not. I'll harvest his voice. Just be sure the hunter doesn't become hunted. Be careful, Box. Yeah, I will. You be careful too, boss. Kane ends the call with a soft laugh and an amused but sincere. Okay, now it's time to do thing is. The entity smoothly moves through the alleyways, gradually making its way to the slum's main street. Though its gait may appear aimlessly, to a keen observer, it would appear to be in search of something. As it driven by will, memories, retrospection, even on the main street, a group of men in suits argue aggressively. It's clear fists could start flying at any moment. Their entity approaches, the air thick with tension, shouts, and curses. A fragment of memory springs forth. A street below Geese Tower was filled with arguing men. Even the slightest of sparks could ignite the incomprehensible argument into an all-out brawl. Billy simply peered at them and shrugged. Those loons again? Nothing, Billy. Exception. Geese decided to impart some wisdom. Billy thought those who rule must be quick to stamp and before they can grow into flames. If ignored, even the most trivial argument could fester and spread, eventually seeking its fangs into you. That's why at times a merciless, definitive end is the cleanest choice. Billy listened for a moment, allowing the words to sink in before responding honestly. Seems to me if we leave them to it, they'll just take each other out. Geese didn't move. His expression is like stone. Tough you don't understand. You will one day. The fragment fades into the present like fog.
Are you ready to pay for your life?
Final round. Get ready. Fight.
inevitable for you.
Round one. Get ready. Fight.
I won't give up.
Round. Get ready. Fight. Round three. Get ready. Fight.
Oh, it almost finished him. Because he didn't walk that high and finished him.
Are you ready to beg for your life?
Round one. Get ready. Fight. Round two. Get ready. Fight. Now you're in for one night.
Too easy.
That hurt, asshole. Wait.
I will never rest. Before the fear takes you.
Round one. Fight. Wait. Round two. Get ready. Fight.
Next move. This is the beauty of defeat is inevitable for you.
Round one. Get ready. Fight.
I'll never rest. Got it? Are you ready to beg for your life?
Final round. Get ready. Fight. Perfect. Win.
This is the beauty.
The entity sways into the maelstrom of feuding men and suddenly throws a punch at one of them without any warning. The man had been expecting the man in front of him to swing, but the phantom impact has come from here. No person is standing. Stunned and confused, the man turns to look where the punch had come from. There he sees Geese. You've got a lot of nerve, you dang fool. The man furiously glowers at Geese. Yet, he is the only one there who is able to see him. To the others, it looks like he's gone crazy, a man shouting at nothing. Only those touched by the shockwave of Geese's punch can see it. It's not that Geese bestows upon them psychic abilities or some sort of sixth sense. It was intense emotions stirring within them, a phenomenon caused by the negative feelings such as resentments, hatred, and anger. Muslims have no shortage of risks recent by others. Many of them have committed acts that earned them intense grudges. And so the men are taken down one after another by they see Geese's image clearly. Step away. No, no. What the heck is up with this guy? Quit crying, you bunch of cowards, and lock in and mess him up good. Some flee in terror while others stand frozen stiff. Only a few have the fighting spirit necessary to face Geese head on.
I'll be sure to end this before the fear takes you.
Round one. Get ready. Fight SPT.
Insignificant!
Man.
Insignificant!
Round one. Get ready. Fight SPT.
The waistline.
Wait. Round two. Get ready. Fight SPT.
Oh, dang, calm down, chill out. Now this is what I call revenge.
Round three. Get ready. Fight.
Come on, stop. Oh, dang. Man.
Round one. Get ready. Fight SPT.
Come on, stop moving. Come on!
Wait. Round 3. Get ready. Fight. Round 1. Get ready. Fight.
Stop moving!
Wait. Round 2. Get ready. Fight.
Now this is what I call a revenge.
Wait. Round 3. Get ready. Fight.
Is that your best?
Finally!
I will never rest.
Geese's fists make quick work of his foes, sending them crashing to the ground one after another. Geese looks down at the bodies and around them. By his eyes pulled to no sentiment or emotion, he simply proceeds the scene before him, then leaves. Shortly after Geese vanishes, Kane stands unmoving as his white coat billows in the wind, quietly taking in Geese's wake. No, stay away. The men beg, scream, tremble, all reacting differently to Kane's arrival. Kane scans their injuries. They closely resemble the carnage Rock had dealt when he was under the influence of the sacred scrolls. Geese has taken a physical form. Could it be Rock? Kane, beautiful and composed, he has bead of sweat running down his neck. This possibility has shaken him greatly. He tries to question the groaning men, but all they share are incoherent ramblings and scattered words. Conversation seems out of the question. They're in no state to talk. Learning anything from them will prove to be a challenge. Luckily, Kane receives a call from Boggs. Kane, we've got a confirmed sighting of geese in 2nd South. I'm headed there now. My sister is at risk. Get moving, Vox. Call ends abruptly. And I'd already told them that I was on the way. Kane just can't keep cool when it comes to his sister. As Fox muses about Kane's habits, he suddenly struck a warnsome thought. Fox jerks the steering wheel and makes a sudden U-turn, tires squealing as he whips the car around to speed off in the other direction. And you know, just as Fox had reported to Kane, a brawl has broken out in 2nd South, with confirmed sighting of geese at the scene. It's no longer just a rumor. Geese has reappeared in 2nd South. The entity roams the streets of the city. Civilians utterly oblivious to its presence as it passes by. But on one street corner, a group of men speak with worried tones. They're in a story beyond Geese's own. The enemy organizers must have been this as their chance, as a considerable number of assassins are now tailing the trail. Those who stand in the way of my ideas shall perish. The story stretches back along threads of memory. On the street is that Kane's enemies are planning to hit him on him. Taking on Kane's directly, kind of a big fish to fry, don't you think? Yeah, we should get out of here. I don't want to get caught up in all that. The men turn to leave, continuing to worriedly whisper back and forth. The entity stops in its tracks. Was it coincidence? Listening to the fearful conversation, a fragment of memory springs forth. Geese had heard many rumors of Kane, Marie's brother, but he had yet to personally meet the man. The mafia controlling the 2nd South's underworld had recreated him. They sought Kane for his combination of feral strength and lethal elegance. Geese's intel had reported that Kane had made good use of their invitations, using to gain power and influence in his quest to build his idea world. If Kane is truly the man he seems to be, he could prove useful to the Howard connection. Watching for his car parked along the slum street, Geese observed as Kane emerged from the mob hideout. His blonde hair was the same bright shade as Marie's, but in an instant, both he and his easily spotted hair vanished from Geese's sight. Well, he does appear promising. The fragment fades into the present like fog. And with that, I think that'll do for this stream. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe and click the bell for notifications. See y'all next time.